Hand test, hand test. Hello, hello. Pumpkin time, here we go. A little earlier. Because I have no idea how long this is going to take. Like, I don't think it's going to take super long. But it's not going to be 30 minutes like the Among Us was yesterday, that's for sure. We are doing the one I drew kind of on accident, but ended up not thinking it's too bad. I'm just looking at it again, like, this is possible, right? It's not impossible. There's no floating black things. It's just this eye part's gotta be real delicate there. But yeah, so we're gonna do this Jim Carrey. Same as it's right down there. So let's just get started. I'm gonna need to move my garbage from the other side of the room. That's gonna be real hard to clean if I don't. Here's the actual, yeah, I wasn't gonna clean on that. Hopefully this looks okay. It's kind of, there's a lot of, it wasn't a very smooth pumpkin, but nice face. Kind of surface area, I think it's okay. And the face goes right there, that should be okay. If it's not, I don't have too much choice in the matter. It's the only pumpkin I have. And did my pen just drop? My one pen? Not like stylus pen. Can I use this real quick? Oh, I can. Cool. Let's use that real quick. Where's my other pen? I don't find that unless it's on the ground. I'm not seeing it on the ground. Just go over here by my... Aha! Yeah. By my tools. Why would they be by my tools? It's only a tool. Jim Carrey, let's go! And again, I was just showing somebody else how I would do a pattern for a real person, a picture of somebody, and I was like, well, let me switch it over here. I don't know why Jim Carrey popped into my head, but I was just like, who's somebody people would probably know? Jim Carrey. And then the Sonic thing came up in Google Images, and I was like, you know what? Let's just grab that. Because I watched the Sonic movie, and then it didn't look that bad, so I was like, oh, hey, let me actually try this. We'll see how much I end up doing this month. Pumpkins are expensive. And, well, I'm going to cut this off here first. Probably can't afford to buy a pumpkin every day, because that's just money I don't have. But I always try to do drawings and ideas and stuff like that. And just like tweet them out and stuff like that. So it's like, here you go, you do it. Like this is what I would do if I had extra pumpkins, but I'm not swimming in them per se. I like to do a couple extra ones. Like, I'm not gonna say this is the last one. But I'm not gonna do 31. This is not Baskin Robbins, folks. Like I said, here I don't want too much mess getting all over the place. Grabbed a couple new BGMs just to see how they feel. Yeah, you can see. Okay, good. Making sure. So this one's not as, I guess it's pretty soft. The flesh is kind of denser. It feels like it's not like mushy per se, although some of the stuff is flaking off right there. You can kind of see it. There's like the yellow stringy part, and then underneath it. I don't really like it when it gets like that, like real little pumpkin fries, because then they're all dangling in the way when you cut your nice pieces out, and it kind of takes a little bit extra time to end up cutting it off, but I mean, that's just as hard as using a pair of scissors when you're at that point, so it never affects the actual difficulty of the carving. Mix it around, slosh it around. Dump it. Ta-da! This doesn't have to be as clean as the Among Us one yesterday, because it's not just going to be a huge window gaping hole into the pumpkin. And if I do have seeds, I'll just make sure they're all kind of gathered up in one little bottom corner hidden way. But I'll try to grab as many as I can right now. I don't like how that piece is like. Let me try to use the actual serrated edge of this thing for the first time to cut it or something. That kind of worked. I think the more I kind of carve up like this, it's just doing more. Alright, see, now you're just annoying me. It's just kind of constantly brushing or sweeping some dust around the house. I'm not going to chase it forever, so I'll just go like that. So what do we do now? Cut out. I guess we can go back to the front here. I notice these little like chunks. I hope they're not going to cause me too much troubles. I'm losing like everything here. I'm losing my mind. There's my scissors. I think they were literally right in front of me, but cut them out. Alright, and every little part that's just kind of like and cut into only parts that aren't really super important to the design. Like, oh, where this like shoulder hits the edge, and even this like part here. This is just a curved line, and anybody can draw that, so I'm not gonna be too worried about it. Alright, let's tape it on. I want his face to be not where these cuts are, just in case. See, I can put the cuts. I can feel them here. I don't know if they'll show up or not. But I don't want to like cut it out either. Go like this. This is a good height. I don't want it to be too high up. I kind of want the middle where his eyes would be at the kind of the flat part of the pumpkin. So, although in some, if it's like a really fat pumpkin or something like that, then that actually like distorts the picture and it looks weird. Make sure his eyes are flat first, because that's the most important part. If I screw that up, he'll just be looking weird. Weirder. Yes. Make sure his mustache, I guess, is flat. There we go. His mouth too, so I want to like that. And this part, whatever, I can fold that over and it's just a line. I can make sure I draw it straight. Kind of did a feels like Mad Magazine fold-in thing, just folded it over. There you go. That's the thumbnail. I don't know how Twitch grabs thumbnails. I was gonna say, look at that. Yesterday I was talking about how much of a pain in the ass it is to do teeth. And then there was like here in the corner, the previous cards with like the Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan. Literally had like every individual tooth carved out. So at some point I thought that was a good idea to do. Alright, now, this is going to be the most time-consuming, well, who knows, what is it? We were at 15 minutes, essentially. So let's see how long it takes to poke versus redrawing versus carving. Let's switch to BGM number 2, see if it's any better. I'm going to cut some corners here, but I don't know which ones they're going to be. Like all these little lines and details I'm not going to poke out, I'll just kind of either draw them in or carve them after the fact. It might just overcomplicate things. These are all just generic blob shapes anyway. Trying some alternate grips here because I think last time somehow I gave myself a huge blister. Not last time, but 2 times ago now. I think it was one of the Splatoon ones. I was trying to write something and my hand was like, "No, you don't, sir." You have a huge blister on your middle finger. But it's feeling better now. It doesn't hurt. It's just kind of like awkward. I'm like, should I avoid this? I don't know what'll make it worse or not. So these goggles. Oh, you know what? I just realized that is a floating thing. But I'll do the same as I did with this. I'll just kind of go like that, and then go like that. Carve 2 little like rings out instead. And these are going to be very thin. These are almost just going to be straight lines or curved lines, but just like a single cut or 2 that I'm gonna just kind of. I'm not going to really carve out narrow moon shapes here. This will just be a curved line that I carve out here. About the width of the saw. Same with this guy here. Don't know if I'm gonna do this. Like maybe I'll keep it. A little simple. Let's do this. Will be 1, 2, 3 solid lines there, just like a Adidas type thing. Screw it. I'm like, oh man, I'm always like avoiding these eyes. Face and like I want to make sure I do a good job, but these little eyebrow curls or whatnot are gonna be sticking out. I mean, even if they're, I kind of cover them up, it still doesn't look that bad. I'm just already kind of hyping myself up for like screwing this up if I break one of these off. This carving is like process of elimination. I'll have to be like, what shape is this? What shape didn't I do? So for his pupil, I'll just put like a big dot, kind of like a big... Just push this in to make it like a dot, then kind of push that in to make a smaller dot, and that's... Hopefully that'll work. I don't have to carve much deeper than this. And then do the literal twinkle in his eye. Shape there. This, rather than carve it, I'll just do like another line and then a thicker line here to make these kind of eye bags he's got there. Try to carve it a little bit larger and then I can hopefully whittle it down if need be, but that's just a looking like a fragile area. Like it's just a skinny little bit. Not admiring my work, I'm just taking my hand needs like a second to be like, chill out, man. He's got two little kind of crow's feet here, so I'll just kind of go like that. Hopefully I remember to carve that in here in like 10 minutes from now. Alright, now the mouth. So this is what, like the lip underneath the mustache. And this is his top row of teeth, I guess, and the bottom row of teeth. Switching my stance. He didn't have like stubble, right? It was the Jack Nicholson one I'm doing that had like a jagged beard that I was like, I can just kind of start slashing at it to make it. This is just kind of like the weird shadowing artifacts from Photoshop, so. This triangle I'll carve. This just one, kind of like two just long lines here. So I'm just gonna not even carve a shape, I'll just straight line of dots. Smaller straight line of dots. Maybe I'll do like a little bit of a triangle shape and have it come up. There we go. This outer edge of his collar. And then two little like the shapes that were highlighted enough. Back to like the dark technique where I have to place it and then just kind of jam it in. Another straight line. This collar here. Now these are just kind of like individual trapezoids. On their own, they're not that special, but put together, they make you see like a shoulder blade and some highlights. Another triangle here. If you go like this, I'm much faster, but it kind of hurts. So I gotta act fast, get as much in as I can. All right. I think we're done with all the poking and prodding. Let's look. Yeah, all the eyes. Is there any like lines that I really cannot miss? They all seem like they're there. So now I peel it off and I connect all those dots. So far it looks really good, right? Because it's just a picture taped to a pumpkin. I'm just using this to help me just get under the tape a little bit easier and just pry it off. Oh no! Just rip off his jaw. Barely. Fold this over there. Alright, so let's now. Ooh, that's not what you want to have falling off your table while you got feet. Hey Ribbon, it's your favorite, Jim Carrey. Can you tell? I do this every time, and I will do it every time. Because each pumpkin's different. So, I can kind of see, oh this, actually the pumpkin like, yeah, got a little dark hole, so we can see, I can see his nose, and this is just one part of the ear, and definitely can see the goggles, so. And this, what the heck, did that end up being anything? It ended up being like right in his collar. Well, I hope that doesn't screw it up. Ruined, right? Oh man, the man's collar here. Alright, so let's find his forehead right here. That's right in the middle. Everything kind of connected to that, so. Eyebrow. This came over like this and it went straight up and straight down to another little skinny piece. That's what I just did there. And then this is a little, just a line shape for its goggles, and then this was this kind of little crescent shape, and then this was this kind of little crescent shape. Do the same thing over here. That, and like that. How they ended up looking. And then his whole bald head. kind of had a line, like, we'll see how that looks first, like a horizontal line coming off the goggles, but I'm gonna see if I don't screw this up first before I start getting flashy, start getting cocky. Okay, what are these shapes here? Got down by like jowls, cheek, ear. This is the whole outside of his head, so if I go like this, then I can definitely see what part was his ear and what part was the outside. Alright, this is just, again, I kind of just decided where the shine will be. I think his whole thing was white in the actual picture, and then I just colored most of it darker, so it'll be somewhat easier to carve. Oh my god, here we go, here are the eyes. Okay, so, comes down like this. Looks like he's got like mutton chops. I don't think he had that though, right? And this is his nostril. A lot of little lines here, so I'm kind of like seeing what I can get away with first. Like, this has no other option but being this, so I'll do it first. Okay, so we had this kind of crow's feet thing going on here. This is his eye. So, alright, let's see if I can actually carve that or not. Here's his actual white of his eye. Very tiny. And then he had two little shiny dots, and I'm just going to leave them like that. I don't think I'll even get to them. I don't think my Dremel is... maybe I can use the carving thing to kind of stick in. Maybe I can't, maybe that's it. Here's his eye again. We just did two lines, right? We went like this, and then we went like that. Let's see if I can't go like that with them. Well, I'm not missing any, like, there's no non-connected dots, so they're all there. Now I just hope that they play nicely when it comes time to cut. Goes in there. This was a, oop, 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 oop. Hold up, hold up. Made a little triangle, but where did that triangle at? Doesn't matter too much here, but do this lip first, then it's like this is his lip, chin, chinny chin chin. That came down like that, right? This goes up like this. That goes up like that. Okay. Oh, that came down like that. Okay, alright. And then this was the top layer of the bottom of his teeth, and this went down, and then there was like two little bumps. There we go. Alright, and this was just a straight line. This was a triangle like this, or trapezoid little shape, and this was its own little thing. I guess I can just do what I want with that. And then that'll just... edge of his collar. Outer edge of his collar goes to his shoulder, which is right here. One straight line, and then this is kind of two straight lines with a weird little like tapered triangle at the bottom there, and then we just had two parts there. All right. Like, it doesn't look right yet. Like, it looks, yeah, it looks like a weird, some weird line art. It never looks good until the end. All right, so what are we at? 35 minutes exactly. And I think the last time I checked it was 15 minutes. So what was that? From when I started poking, I think. All right, I am going to just start carving now. I'm going to start at the, make it so that I get a good spot here too. Just to start right in the eyes, get the hard part done first, and then leave it alone, and then do the rest of the part, and then I'll. So this just goes like this, very slowly. The rest of the pumpkin is very intact right now because this is the first thing I'm cutting, so I don't have to worry about it wiggling and accidentally like being ripped or something. So. And I'm done. Hey, congratulations, good job. No. That's that, and then switch it up to BGM number 3. Which one did I not do yet? This one? Okay. Seeing how all of these sound. Ooh, gotta be careful. Ah! Oh my god. Oh, so thin. So thin. Oh my goodness. And then just do this bottom line. Make sure I'm actually like, yeah, pushing it hard enough so that I'm going far. I keep saying like south. It's not a friggin' map, but so I don't accidentally like going back and cutting something I had just saved. But this kind of went up like this. I'm trying to do. Okay. And then we did the same thing, kind of like with this guy. Oh my god, it's like wiggling and moving. I assume that piece that just came off was supposed to come out. All right. Number 1. Number 2. I might go grab some toothpicks to like just poke slightly smaller holes for his eyes. Because I don't have anything else like thinner than, I like a needle, but it's too thin and I want to like break it off. Just for like 1, 2, 3 is like spider eyes right now. Alright, now let's just do his whole nose. Like I could, this is not, it's like a little weird like butterfly or a dude doing like a pose. That's not gonna come off in one piece, so I will just kind of cut it, and I cut it in half around halfway through. Like I don't have to follow the line like totally 180 and zigzag. I can just like cut to the right, and then start over here again, and as long as I meet them up. Meet them up, meet them up, meet them up! The carve should connect. Sometimes if you like do one line and then you come at it another one, but you're technically holding it at a different angle, you cut two different like angles into the pumpkin, so then it doesn't like actually cut because they miss each other technically. I miss you. Be very careful here. You cannot let this line connect, so I'm actually gonna start going down a little bit early just in case I like accidentally cut his eye. I want to make sure this kind of pushing as far in as I can. I just want to make sure this part is fully carved like all the way through. Yeah. Okay. So that's working there. Got that one here. Let's try one more. Alright, let's do this nose here now. Ooh, it's already kind of wiggling there, so I'm kind of being careful with it there. Alright, good. Just following this nose line here. Trusting these lines that I drew earlier will be okay. This way, being very kind of slow. Don't want to rush this part because if I screw it up, I'm in trouble. I kind of stop there, clean all this off so don't accidentally like miss a line that's covered by pumpkin goo. Go back here, make sure this is all done. Okay, so that was done. This is the part where he added like wrinkles on his eye, so I'm gonna like try to go up here, go around. Back out. Alright, clean this off. That piece is wanting to come out, so I'm assuming it's carved. Alright, so I think it's eyes. The eye part's there anyway. So now let's go to the forehead. Alright, here, just again, I'm gonna be careful around these lines, wrinkles on his forehead there, just to make sure that that does not stay. You accidentally cut off or something. I'm actually gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna go up and around and follow this line. Kind of cut this out as a smaller piece. I'm not gonna chance ripping out that whole forehead piece and then ripping off one of his little wrinkles. So go up this way first. We kind of rotate it there. Okay, bring it down. Okay. Let's do one more time just to make sure. Connected? Okay. Didn't have too much resistance there, so I'm assuming that worked okay. So now I'll come back and I'll finish this one particular. Ooh, see when I kind of rotated it? I already was kind of worried it was gonna like almost rip the darn thing off. Now I'll actually just do this line first. And let's go straight to the top. This whole part's coming out anyway, it doesn't need to be cut out in one piece. And slowly just go connect this little cut. Oh, rotate it. Hopefully the width of my saw is not like thicker than the line needed to be and like didn't rip it. That's what I didn't want to happen, so it's good. General, that piece looks like it's moving, so that looks okay now too. Don't want to accidentally rub this on my headphone cable here and cut my headphones off. I'm just kind of looking. These all look carved. Head's done. So let's do the mouth and the teeth. This is just two parallel lines slightly farther apart, so they'll just make a nice little area here, and I'll just kind of carve upward here towards the end, and then it'll go up and connect the two and carve them out there for us. Now there's like teethy part here, which doesn't need to be three separate teeth. It's just going to be one line. Carve it there. Come back up. Come back down. Hopefully that looks okay. Alright, now I'll just carve this little chin piece out as one separate piece here. I'm not gonna try to do the whole thing at once. Alright, do this now too. Then after this, the rest are just random shapes on the outside that are nowhere near as important. Yeah, this connects up, so. Okay, good. Go back in here. Continue where I left off. A little bit of like a little kind of a curvy thing, so I'll just kind of, there you go, carve that. And a piece of paper towel for me. I'll just kind of, I guess, work my way out to the rest of the face, so we'll little area there. Done. Next, long, tall triangle on the head. Slow down now. We're trying to rush it. Well, it's about to start. I gotta take a deep breath and just kind of calmly finish this thing. That's moving, that's good. Do the outside of his head now. I don't like going from left to right, I like going from right to left, so. Something like this, I would want to use my big long saw, or I would be tempted to anyway, because it's just one big, very long curved line. Like I did it with the Among Us, for the big shape with his butt. But this, I'm just gonna continue to be kind of careful with it. Try to force it, like accidentally like pull too hard and like accidentally risk cutting myself, and I don't want to do that. I think we've done the hard part, and I don't want to just be rushed to be done now, so just get the rest of it done. We'll pull out those face pieces, and they'll hopefully look pretty good. This is the part that's literally just a straight line. Like, just carve this line, and then it'll be done. Even kind of just go through a second time to make sure it's kind of carved. Okay, and this was the second kind of parallel, but be careful so you don't accidentally cut into the line I just carved. go. Alright, so yeah, this got a little thicker at the bottom to kind of taper it off there and be a highlight of sorts, so I'm gonna do this here, kind of the edge part, the last outer part of his collar, as well as the outer ring of the circle. Some more shapes that'll show us where there's that weird like dented part. It's not like super mushy or anything, so make sure it carves out. Yeah, it does. Okay. Just a little triangle. So just 1, 2, 3 triangles cut out. Let's do these goggles. These were single lines, but I'm going to do them like twice. Alright, just do it again. So it's a little bit deeper, a little bit thicker line. Okay. This is this little crescent moon shape up here on the top. Garbage bag was like getting dragged down by the weight of the pumpkin seeds in there, so I had to save it. It's just a kind of a C shape, so I'm just going to carve it a couple times there. That should work. What is this? His forehead? Top of his head? That's almost too straight of a line. He doesn't have like a go back here and kind of go up a little bit, give it more of a curve. There we go. Doesn't have a completely flat head. All right, that's coming out good. Oh, we gotta do this extra. Yeah, this piece here. Looks like it could go. There we go. And just do this line here. Don't connect it because it'll cut out this whole shapes. Goggles themselves are black shapes. They'd be floating black spots if they could, but I had to do some tricky little connecting there to make them stay in spot. does this work? Okay, yeah, so I came down here. I'm actually going to curve around, like a little U-turn, come in through here, and come back out. So it's supposed to be like a little wispy hair of his mustache, hopefully. Looked up, make sure my whole arm wasn't blocking the camera. Like I think it's not, because I don't see like a shadow in the pumpkin, but you never know. Getting too into that part or something. And we are only at an hour. Not too bad. I was worried this would take super long. This would probably just take the normal, probably hour and a half or so, just to be really careful plucking out these eyepieces in just a second, which is almost all we've got left, so. Go. Alright, this piece, oh, it's kind of connected still. Alright. Yeah, it wasn't moving. It was caught on something. One of the little corners had a little piece that hadn't gone all the way through, so. Alright, there we go. And lastly, it's just this big straight line, so. I think, oh, no, there's these little kind of lines over here. I'm just gonna, now I'm looking back to see if there's like anything I may have missed. Whoops. There you go, I just rotated it. I'm like, does smack it and break the light? No, I just kind of turn the collar bit a little bit here, so. All these pieces are ready to be plucked out. Let me just make sure my bag is okay, it's falling down. All right, there we got that's going. All right, well, let's just plug out these, just kind of push them into the pumpkin, and then they'll fall out and be okay, hopefully. Okay. I'm worried about this face, but that's now or never, so do the eyes first. I don't even know if those are parts that come out here, so I'll just assume that they're okay, and if I have to go through I'm just like cutting it, yeah, kind of pushing back and forth and seeing if a little piece comes out, then that's what I'm gonna grab and assume that that's okay and what I want. Alright, then this whole cheek part. That can come out there. I just push the whole thing in and through, and I can kind of reach in and grab it on the other side if I need to, if it doesn't come out like that. Alright, this nose piece was another piece. I'm actually gonna cut the tip part of it. There we go. It's a weird kind of like hook shape, and it doesn't like just pop out like a circle. Well, it's kind of grips onto itself because it's kind of curly. There we go. Okay, and this, another shape, and that's another shape. I want to push it, but I want to push it so much that it like breaks. But I want the piece to come out. There we go. It didn't carve all the way through. I'm looking in and I'm seeing it still. There, this is the part that didn't come out. There we go. And then I can just push in, it looks like. Okay. The forehead piece went right in. This piece right here does not look like it wants to, so I'm gonna try to adjust it there. This piece here went in. This last piece is, alright, it's pretty solid still. Right here by the, I just gotta go in deeper with the saw. That should have cut it out there. I'm hoping. You can see how I didn't kind of, there's still half of it in there, so. Kind of go through and cut it once more. All right, now we got that. Forehead piece there comes out. This piece here comes out. It's all slimy and stringy. I'm gonna have to clean that. That piece just pops out, so does that piece. There was our thick kind of line, so I'm just gonna carve it. Do this one again too. There we go. These lines were just lines, so on these lines too. I want to make sure I'm catching the pieces that are still like left over and not that are the actual bumps that are supposed to be there. Yeah, this part around his nose is kind of tricky because there's a lot of little bits that, because there's so many little parts in there, it's not just a clean cut that things. Ooh, don't want to go any farther than that though. Alright, we gotta do his mouth still. Push that in. Hopefully that'll just come right out. This weird little mouth part with the teeth. Let's just see if I can't push it out. And then his whole like bottom chin piece comes out too, hopefully, just like that. Okay, more of that. Thank you. That's what I wanted to happen. This part, okay, it just kind of went in like that. I can grab it from the other side, and we're out of there. So wipe half of this down so I can kind of make sure I'm not losing anything in these bits that are, and kind of hold it up and look into the pumpkin to see if there's anything blatantly not looking right. But it's kind of inverted and weird, so I don't know for sure, but if it's like really ugly and hanging little chunks, I at least know that much is not there. Oh shit! Look at, I noticed broke his little eyebrow there. Kinda came off. Not the worst thing, I think. I'm gonna grab a toothpick so that I can poke his eyes just a second. Alright, so here, just for these like parts right here, I just want to do what I can and they're small enough. I don't want these holes to be any larger than like the toothpick is large anyway, but I'm hoping that that'll at least let some light shine through. Alright, now I'm just kind of, you look in, I just see some like parts that could get cleaned up, so I'm like kind of very gently stabbing this with this longer saw to hopefully like kind of clean some bits off. And then what I'll do is I'll kind of go like this so you can see the parts hanging down like that, and then just kind of going in. Because I feel like blocking a hole. Give a little haircut on the inside there, just a bit off the top. Hopefully that helps. Any more just big chunks I see can just come off. Forehead line right there. All right, I think let's try to just clean up the inside and then we'll make sure this looks okay. Let me see, where's my... I'll do a sneaky picture you can't see yet, but I'll make sure to see if it looks okay. I'm not sure, but I do think this part here just needs a little help letting some light in, so I'm just gonna and these eye parts are so... I'm afraid to touch them because they're so thin and narrow. But I need the light to go through, so just kind of... Alright, now I don't think it's going to get much cleaner than this. So let's take a look-see, shall we? Kind of bring it down a bit. Nope, opposite direction. No. I have a bucket. Like this. There we go. Tripod legs. Still not? Okay. Yeah, it looks kind of weird right now. You can't really tell, so I'm gonna turn off some lights. I guess I'll rotate it this way. You know what, I'll put a second light in there just in case you want this to be bright. You never know what those... Alright, hopefully this will help. Alright. Turn off this. 3, 2, 1. What do you think? Is this a good angle here? Yes, the teeth can maybe be brightened up a little bit, but you know, not too shabby there. It looks like he's like gritting his teeth rather than kind of having his mouth open here, but the eyes you can kind of see. The goggles look good actually, and everything looks like that too, so not bad. Like maybe I'm looking at it here. What can we... No, there's not much. Maybe just I'll clean that up there. There, that's a little bit better there. So beautiful. Thank you very much. I hope hey, only an hour and 16 minutes, so I thought this would take a lot longer, but I just took my time for the eyes. Hopefully that helped, and we will see. Maybe I'll enter this in as a local contest at work or something. We'll see if this does the trick. So, ta-da! There we go. Compared to that, very nice. So, well, I think that's all we have for now. I don't know if I'll be doing this tomorrow or when I'll be able to do this next, but I'll always try to at least throw a thing up on the schedule. So if you follow somebody and they update a schedule, does it give you a notification or only when they go live? I'm not too sure. But that's, if I have a plan for it, that's when I'll do. So very cool. I will try to do this again soon. Hope you guys enjoy it, and talk to you soon. See you soon. Have a good night. Bye-bye. You never got any notification? Well, that's typical, like everything, right? Kogero, it's always like, YouTube doesn't give notifications until like 3 hours later. And it's like, hey, in case you missed it, this guy was on. But, oh well. But yeah, so at least try not to go live without at least throwing something up there somewhere. But, you know, we'll see how it goes. But thanks always for showing up and for checking it out. VODs are always here in case you missed a day or two, and hopefully we'll do some more soon. Bye-bye.